So there we have it. The end of well, we can't really call it an end of an era because he really didn't have a Man United era from Man United. So Bastian Schweinsteiger, World Cup winner, Champions League winner, Bundesliga winner, one of the best central midfielders of his generation, has decided to take his talent to Chicago. Why he didn't choose LA, why he didn't choose somewhere a little more sunnier and more sexy, I do not know why. But he's gone. And first of all, I want to first discuss his tenure at United and also him moving to the MLS. So first of all, let's look at United. You see, many people looking at this, they will say he was misused, he was underappreciated, he could have helped the team. And there are two ways of looking at this. The Bastian Schweinsteiger that United got wasn't the 2014 Bastian Schweinsteiger. The 2014 Bastian Schweinsteiger was the 2013 to 2014 Bastian Schweinsteiger was the best central midfielder in the world. Fact, 100%. As in, he was the most complete, the most dependable, and without a doubt, the best central midfielder in the world. But literally, in that final 2014, Schweinsteiger gave his all. Literally, that was everything he did. So literally, the day after that 2014 World Cup final, he was finished. His legs were gone because he gave everything in that final. Absolutely everything. He gave his blood for his country. So the player that United got just wasn't the same player. He didn't have the legs. He didn't have the stamina. And in central midfield, you can have all the technique in the world. The key thing you need are your legs. You need your stamina because it is the most physically tasking and demanding position in football. But at the same time, you look at Paul Pogba and Pogba struggling. Pogba ain't going to learn from Michael Carrick. Carrick, he does a good job, and I believe he is slightly underrated, but Carrick is not Schweinsteiger. And I think even if Schweinsteiger didn't have the same kind of technical ability, the same stamina that he once had, you do not lose your technical ability, your experience, and your quality in age. That never goes. So I look at this and I say to myself that, you know what, Mourinho could have used Schweinsteiger to help Pogba. Because I think Pogba would have learnt a lot from Schweinsteiger. And just playing alongside him, training with him, them combining in a match, I felt Schweinsteiger could have been that central midfielder who remains in the middle of the park, is content spraying those passes, and that allows Pogba the freedom of movement to be able to pick when he stays back or when he goes forward. Similar to what he did at Juventus. It was the work of Vidal, the work of Pirlo and so forth that allowed and gave Pogba the freedom to really express himself. But Pogba, having to now do that core central midfield work isn't really his forte. So I do believe that Schweinsteiger in the team would have helped for Pogba to improve and also him to play better and be much more effective in games. So we look at the MLS. The MLS is a retirement home. That's a fact. It hasn't changed. And many people would have thought that would he retire from football, blah, 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 blah. So at one hand, you've got to commend Schweinsteiger because he could have taken the China move. That was 100% a move that he could have taken. But also the fact that he's chosen the MLS, I do believe that it's similar to the Gerrard and Lampard thinking. I do believe that Schweinsteiger sees in America an interesting market. And I think in China, which is why it's good because he didn't choose the cash in China. He chose, I think, more about the living. Because yes, Chicago doesn't have the same sex and the same appeal as, going to LA, going to Miami, going to New York. But it's still America. It's still the MLS. It's still an exciting league. And I do believe that Schweinsteiger says to himself that who knows what deal was put upon there. And it's something new, especially for his family and trying to do something. It's interesting, but I just still say that this is a World Cup winner, a Champions League winner. I'm not sure whether his quality and his career really deserves the ending to be MLS in Chicago. But at the same time, what can you do? That was the ending for Gerrard. That was the ending for Lampard. That was the ending for Henry. That was the ending for Drogba. As in many people's ending has been in the MLS, how many one club players out there? Not that many. So Yeah, that's the thing. But I don't believe that. No, maybe before people talk about, oh no, Mourinho, he mistreated Schweinsteiger. It's like it's difficult. It's a complicated thing. As in, yes, he could have been used, but Mourinho has very strong arguments to say that the Schweinsteiger wasn't the 2014 Schweinsteiger. I mean, I was speaking to many Germans on the forum, and they said, "Look, man, the guy's legs just weren't the same." And if you don't have the legs, you can't play the central midfield position, especially in the Premier League, which is the most physically demanding and the quickest, fastest league in the world. But yeah, I mean, good riddance for Schweinsteiger. I wish him luck. Extremely nice guy. It was good for him to send that Instagram message to the United fans. And you just say to yourself that, I mean, if Schweinsteiger still had his legs, still kept fit, 100% United would be top four and possibly challenging for a title. You're looking at what Kante is doing for Chelsea. I do believe that Schweinsteiger would have been able to do a similar thing, making United's midfield stronger and thus putting them in better positions to win games. But for Schweinsteiger, good luck in Chicago. Remember to follow me on Twitter at Halfopot and subscribe to the channel. Peace out.